Tigers baseball on Fox Sports Detroit is presented by
Bell Tire.
Well, despite some slow starts for the Tigers offense on this road trip, they continue to prove they have some comeback ability. Jared Saltalamacchia brought the Tigers back from an 8-2 deficit last night, but in the end, the Royals would hold on for an 8-6 win. And tonight, the Tigers will try and even up the score. It's a nice night for baseball here in KC. Welcome to Kauffman Stadium, Game 2, Tigers and the Royals. Hi again, everyone. Welcome to Tigers Baseball. Mario and Pemba alongside Kirk Gibson. Glad to have you with us here for Game 2, Royals and the Tigers. The Tigers need to find a way, Gibby, to get off to quicker starts. They fell behind early again last night.
Yeah, it's been becoming a trend. It's very hard playing from behind. The innings get long. You're out there in the field. You don't get your rhythm. In the last 4 games, the Tigers have been outscored 13-1 in the first 3 innings of the last 4 games. So that's just not going to get it. You want your hitters to get the runs, but when that doesn't happen, you have to have your starters hold them down. That has not happened on this road trip.
It really hasn't. Last night, Shane Green pitched into the 5th inning before he had to leave the game. The Tigers need to get their starters going a little bit deeper to win these games.
Well, it has an effect on your bullpen as you get down the road. We've only had one starter to throw 7 innings or more, and that Jordan Zimmerman's thrown tonight. Just look at the difference between 2015 and 16. Innings per start are down, pitches per inning are up. The walks are up. It just puts so much pressure on the defense. And as I said, it extends those innings. It makes it very tough to get into a good rhythm.
All right, what about these Tigers starters? Well, our Johnny Kane caught up with Rich Doobie, the Tigers pitching coach. Earlier today, he talked about his starting staff.
All right, Rich, you got a good one going today in Jordan Zimmerman. He got you 7 innings in his first start, the win, 6 innings in his next one with the win. But when you look at the staff as a whole, is there any concern with guys not being able to go deep into games and having higher pitch counts this early in the season?
I don't know if it's concerning, but there are expectations for us to go deeper, especially as a starting rotation. And I think we got to get more aggressive, really. I think we're giving hitters way too much credit. And a lot of it, too, is, you know, some guys take more time to get rhythm and time and get comfort zone out there on the mound. But we have to get more aggressive. We have to pound more strikes and be more aggressive finishing hitters. We have been pitching hitters back in the counts. We've had them 0-2, 1-2, and all of a sudden we're throwing a lot of pitches that aren't really even competitive pitches, and now they're back in the count 3-2 where we really have to throw a strike. So being more aggressive, finishing hitters off quicker, and, of course, avoiding the base on balls.
I was just talking with Ned Yost over in the Royals dugout there, and he said, you know, he's already trying to manage that bullpen because he said when you run out of gas, there is no filling station at the end of the season. Short-term, long-term impacts, you obviously don't want to lean too heavy on wearing out that bullpen as well, right?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that's the effect. The cause is our starters not getting deep enough, so we're going to try to avoid that and hopefully get our starters on a better run here, getting us deeper into the game so we don't have to go to that bullpen so much.
Let's go get a win today.
Sure, we'll try.
And Rich Doobie's the perfect guy to have for the Tigers in that pitching staff. He's a veteran guy. He's been through this many, many times. He's not going to panic. And he's got to convince them to throw the ball over the plate earlier and trust their defense.
All right, Jordan Zimmerman is the guy maybe to get deeper into a ball game. Hopefully that happens tonight. When we come back, we'll talk about the Tigers starter. He has not given up a run yet. Tigers-Royals coming up next. It is a perfect night for a catch and a perfect night for a ball game here at KC tonight as we welcome you back to Kauffman Stadium, Game 2 in this series. Mario and Kirk back here at the ballpark, and a really good pitching matchup tonight, Kirk. We'll start with Jordan Zimmermann of the Detroit Tigers. As advertised, he's been awfully good this year, especially with his slider.
Well, he has. In his 13 innings in his first 2 starts, he's the guy that's went the farthest for the Tigers. And the most effective pitch for him is his slider. Throws it in different speeds, so you get different breaks on it. Sometimes it has more lateral movement, sometimes it has more depth. And he also has got other pitches, too. He's very good locating all of his pitches. His fastball, seldom throws a change, turns it into a breaking ball. But the thing about this pitching against these Kansas City Royals, you got to execute your pitches. You got to throw them inside. They like the ball out over the plate. You can't just get in down counts and have to throw the ball down the middle of the plate, out over the plate. They're going to hurt you if you do.
All right, tell us about Ian Kennedy, his opponent tonight. You had him in Arizona a couple of years ago, having an awfully good start to this year.
Well, Ian was 21-4 in 2011 for the Arizona Diamondbacks, and me as the manager. And he's a workhorse. He's thrown 200 innings. He's thrown 30-plus starts for 6 years. He's got good fastball command. He likes to throw it up in the zone. But since coming to Kansas City, he's back with his coach from New York, Dave Island, and Island's trying to encourage him to throw that fastball down in the zone as well. Got a good curveball to throw any of his pitches in any counts of the game. And this should be a good matchup, good rematch.
Yeah, it should be tough to come by as far as runs tonight. We'll see how the offenses are able to take care of Zimmermann and Kennedy tonight. Great pitching matchup here in KC. Coming up, he had the night off last night. Nick Castellanos back in there again tonight at third base. Tigers Royals coming up from KC. Tigers baseball on Fox Sports Detroit is brought to you by Comerica Bank. Raise your expectations of what a bank can be. When it's time, come to Comerica. See your Jeep dealer today and experience the freedom that comes with legendary capability. And by Kroger. Back here in Kansas City as we get you ready for baseball tonight, we remind you if the Tigers combine for 3 or more home runs in this game, bring a copy of the box score to a participating Arby's location, and you'll get yourself a free small order of curly fries tomorrow. Zimmermann and Kennedy will hook up tonight. Game 2 in this series. Stay with us. First pitch lineups coming up next. Here in Kansas City, Tigers and the Royals set the square off in game 2 in this 3-game series. Royals won the opener last night, and here are the field conditions presented by Ace Hardware and the Scotts Company. It's 68 degrees at game time. Partly cloudy here this evening. There was some rain earlier this morning here, but KC is enjoying a beautiful night for baseball here at Kauffman Stadium. Meanwhile, Ian Kinsler getting set, as he normally does, to lead things off for the Tigers. Here's their starting lineup presented by the Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. Kinsler, Upton, Cabrera in your top 3 spots. Martinez, Castellanos in the middle. Jared Saltalamacchia becomes the first Tigers catcher in history to hit 5 homers in his team's first 12 games. Ghosts and Iglesias will follow him in the lineup. And they are facing the right-handed offerings of Ian Kennedy.
Well, look at Ian Kennedy. He throws 91 to 93 miles an hour, 2-0 on the year. Doesn't minuscule 0.66 ERA so far this year. Got the fastball up top. We'll mix it down low. Mostly a fly ball pitcher, and that bodes very well for him here at Kauffman Stadium. Big, large outfield, and they can run him down. And let's take a look at the Royals starting defense, brought to you by Tim Hortons. Alex Gordon in left, Lorenzo Cain center. Jared Dyson over there in right field. Mike Moustakas at third base. Ulises Escobar at shortstop. Omar Infante second base. Eric Hosmer at first. Ian Kennedy on the mound, and Salvador Perez, who's caught 4 of 10 base stealers this year, will be catching.
Yeah, what a great two-way player Perez is defensively, and certainly with the bat. He proved that in the ballgame last night. Salvador Perez, 2-run double, 3-run homer. And so we are ready for baseball here this evening on a clear night. The crowd still filing into Kauffman Stadium. It'll be Kinsler, Upton, and Cabrera in the first inning for the Tigers. Talked about this at the top of the show. Tigers would like to get off to a quick start tonight. They have fallen behind a lot on this road trip.
Yeah, offensively, they have not done a good job. Only 1 run in their last 4 games in the first 3 innings of those games. However, they have come back in all the games and scored runs, with just an insurmountable gap to close. Get off to a good start tonight.
First pitch is hit in the air off the bat of Ian Kinsler, chasing the center fielder Cain back. He'll make the catch. 1 pitch and 1 out. Ian tried to jump him, but fell just a little bit short in center.
Yeah, as I said, you're going to see a lot of fly balls so far this year. Almost 55% fly balls. Average is 35–37%. Doesn't get very many ground balls, so not many double plays.
Kennedy is 31 years old, hails from Huntington Beach, California. Here is Justin Upton, who is 3 for 8 in his career against Kennedy with a long ball. Upton was 1 for 3 in last night's ball game. And he looks at a strike on the inside part of the plate.
David Rackley behind home plate tonight, moving up from first base. Now the umpires rotate in the clockwise fashion every game.
Here's the 0-1. Upton batting .245. He has hit safely in 7 of his last 9, but has yet to really get it going. Put that 1 good stretch together in 3 or 4 really good games. Now Kennedy with the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss.
Ian Kennedy has a very smooth, deceptive motion, and he's got good mechanics. He's been very durable, although he did have surgery in 2009. And again, it just rides up in the zone. Very hard to get on top of that pitch.
9 and 15 last year. A 4.28 ERA for San Diego in the National League. And Upton looks at strike 3. Got him with a fastball, and Justin is out of there. 2 gone.
Caught him looking. Ian usually comes out with mainly fastballs early in the game. Likes to establish the strike zone. Who went up at the top of the zone the previous pitch, comes low in the zone, and J-Up can't pull the trigger.
So 2 outs here is Cabrera, who knocked in a couple with a double last night, but left a few runners on base. A frustrating evening for Miggy. In fact, he left the bases loaded twice. Late in the game, Kelvin Herrera struck him out. Tigers certainly had their chances late. but they stranded 12 men on base in last night's ball game. Here's the 1-0. Pulled on the ground to third. Easy hop there for Moustakas. And the Tigers will go 1-2-3 in the first inning. Bottom of the first in this ball game here tonight, the Tigers and the Royals. Tigers went 1-2-3. KC's lineup looks like this, presented by the Metro Detroit Chevy dealers. It's Escobar, Moustakas, and Kane at the top. They've got Hosmer batting cleanup, then Morales and Gordon. Salvador Perez with a big game last night, then Infante and Gerard Dyson. And they are facing the offerings of Mr. Jordan Zimmerman, presented tonight by Family Heating, Cooling, and Electrical.
Off to a good start, 2-0. Feeling comfortable in Detroit. Got the slider working, throws it about 30+% of the time. Let's take a look at the Tigers starting defense, brought to you by Beaumont Health. In the outfield, you got Jay up in left. Anthony Ghost in center. Martinez in right. Castellanos and Cabrera at the corners. Jose Iglesias and Ian Kinsler up the middle. No errors yet this year. Jared Saltalamacchia will be catching Jordan Zimmerman.
And Zimmerman facing Escobar to lead things off. Escobar batting .250. Had a couple of RBIs with a 2-run single in last night's ball game. The 0-1.
Tigers pitchers again looking for quicker innings. Try and get the Royals to put the ball in play quicker. Trust the strike zone. You're going to see Jordan Zimmerman, I believe, throw the ball inside much more effectively than last night.
1 ball and 2 strikes on Alcides Escobar. Zimmerman last year 13-10 with the Nationals, an ERA of 3.66. Had missed low and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Escobar had an inside the park home run in Game 1 of the World Series last year. And led off the ball game.
Good way to start a game.
No doubt. Swing and a miss. Down he goes.
Pretty good start right there. Couple inside. Put a little cutter on the outside part of the plate. And Escobar just looking in, swinging away. Good strikeout, 1 away.
This is a Royals team that really doesn't strike out all that much. In fact, they had 134 fewer strikeouts than any other team last year. They put the ball in play mostly. Here's Mike Moustakas. Slicing one in the air toward left field. Upton coming on, and there are 2 gone.
Yeah, just comparing the Tigers so far with the Royals. Tigers have 108 strikeouts, the Royals only 99. 38 walks for the Tigers, 33 for Kansas City. They'll run a little more. 6 stolen bases, only caught once. Tigers are 2 stolen bases and caught twice.
And Yost and Brad Ausmus matching wits in this series. Here is Lorenzo Cain batting .213 so far this season. Cain was 0 for 3 last night. He did draw a walk. Here's the 1-0. 1 ball, 1 strike. Jordan getting a lot of swings and misses early in this inning.
Yeah, if you just check the end of the light, there's some life on the end of that slider right there. And if Jordan Zimmerman can establish inside against this Royals offense, I think you're going to start seeing earlier swings as we go into the game. Hitters don't like it in there. They see something out over the plate, they're going to offer.
Swinging late on the fastball, and he sprays it back in the seats.
Emergency stroke right there. Let the ball get very deep. We've got those lengthened protective screens, but that one wasn't long enough over there at the Kansas City dugout into the crowd.
And he got him strike 3, so a snappy inning for Zimmerman as well. A couple of punch outs. He needed just 11 pitches to get through the first. No score, and for a while last night we weren't sure Victor Martinez would be able to at least stay in the game or play tonight. He was drilled on that front knee by Kelvin Herrera, and Victor after the game said it was a burning sensation, but he was able to at least get to his feet.
He walked into the locker room today, he had a smile on his face. That was a good sign.
No doubt.
Into the lineup, there he goes.
So it'll be Martinez to get it started, then JD and Nick Castellanos. And the first one from Kennedy misses outside. Victor has hit safely in his last 3. Still a relatively slow start for his standards, batting .265.
After that quick start down in Miami with 2 pinch hit home runs, cooled a bit.
He set the bar high.
They're looking at Ian Kennedy around 90 miles an hour, 90, 91, but he can get it up there 93, 94 if he really reaches back. Again, very sneaky. His motion is very deceptive. Got a very slow motion, turns, good body turn, and hides the ball well coming out from behind his back and head.
That'll miss inside, 2-1. One thing about Kennedy is that he has been durable. 30 starts at least for 6 consecutive seasons now, becoming the only National League pitcher to do that. Royals signed him up in the offseason. Here's the 2-1. 3-1 now on Victor Martinez. Waiting on deck is JD. Here's the 3-1 offering. That'll get back out of play. Full count now on Victor Martinez.
Yeah, not sure if that ball would be called a strike. It's right there at the top of the zone. Very enticing. Can't lay off it. As Victor made an offering there, and we have not seen a Tiger hitter yet get on top of that borderline high pitch.
Tigers last night ended up with 10 hits, but 12 men left on base.
Struck out 11 times. Hurt some key situations.
That'll get fouled down the left field line. Another pretty good crowd here tonight in Kansas City. And what has turned out to be a gorgeous evening in a gorgeous ballpark, Kauffman Stadium.
They were coming here back in the 70s, late 70s, and they've done a great job of remodeling an already really nice stadium. Always have a very good surface in this ballpark.
That is skied a mile high right side of the infield. Hosmer, and then foul ground for the out.
Take a look at Ian Kennedy and his pitch usage. Four seamers is most prevalent. He will throw his curveball. He'll throw it 0-0 or 1-0 in the count, especially with runners on base and as you get later into the game. Occasionally uses that cutter. That's a pitch he's been developing, and he likes to change up to the left-handed batters.
He carved up the Astros at his last start. 7 innings, 7 strikeouts, 1 run. Gave up just a couple of hits. Martinez looks at a strike. JD batting a solid .370, good for 4th in the American League.
He likes lefties better than righties. Tigers featuring pretty much an all right-handed lineup tonight except for Ghost and Martinez.
Swing and a miss.
First changeup. See, he's got that circle change grip. He sets the ball in his glove every time with the circle change. Then he'll move it on the way up.
Here's the 0-2. Off the inside part of the plate.
You know, sometimes as a hitter you'll try and look at pitchers and see what pitch they set. So if he sets the changeup and you see his forearm move, you can try and determine that it's not a changeup. But Ian Kennedy is a veteran guy. As JD goes down on strikes, they realize people are looking in. They learn how to deke you. And you see him climbing the ladder right at the top of the zone. Very explosive. 92 miles an hour.
5 in a row retired by Ian Kennedy. 2 of them on strikeouts. And here is Nick Castellanos. Nick was not in the lineup last night. He was given the night off just to get Mike Aviles some playing time. But it's been a good start for Nick. .357. Ball low and away. And I know managers battle that. And we've talked about it, Gibby, how you've got to get your backups in there, but when you take a guy who's been hot out of the lineup, you just hope it doesn't slow him down.
Yeah, and also Tyler Collins is another Tiger hasn't had a lot of time. And you know, for him, we talked today about, you know, what do you do to stay ready? You know, and it's just, you can't let the frustration get in, because they all want to play, but you just have to be ready. You never know, somebody could go down, they could get sick, could sprain an ankle. You got to play every day, so you must be prepared. You got to have a good attitude. Maybe it's the 7th inning. Maybe you get a chance to hit the game winner.
High fly ball to right field going toward the corner. Gerard Dyson is measuring it, leaping and making the catch. And that'll be another 1-2-3 inning for Ian Kennedy. 6 up, 6 down against the Royals right-hander. Go to the bottom of the second. Menards brings you the big money encounter. Jordan Zimmerman, just one of a couple of big signings in the offseason. Here are the notable free agent signings. Ian Kennedy and Jordan Zimmerman were on that list of some heavy names there.
Well, Ian Kennedy on the mound tonight from the Padres, coming from a big park in San Diego to a big park here. Pretty smart move for him, and again getting back with his original pitching coach from the New York Yankees. Feeling comfortable and having good results so far.
Eric Hosmer stands in, takes the ball low to go 3-0. Do you find that to be the case a lot, Kirk, where guys are comfortable with certain coaches they've had in the past?
Well, it's just like if you started at a place and come back, you're definitely comfortable going back. I think so. I mean, he got traded from the Yankees, from whom he was drafted. That's always a shock. But he did establish a relationship with Dave. And talking to him today, they're going to sell their house in Arizona and move here. So I'd say he feels pretty comfortable.
I would say so.
With a 5-year contract. It's a very nice area, Kansas City area, to raise a family, and that's what they're going to do.
3-2 on Hosmer. Bouncing ball right side under the glove. It flattened out on Cabrera and goes into right field. Hosmer is aboard. It'll be a base hit for Eric Hosmer.
Yeah, it looked like Miggy thought this ball was going to come up. Kind of stays down. Look at weird Hosmer. Look at Eric Hosmer. This guy is becoming a really good player. Just takes a nice hustle, hard turn around first base. I always like that last little finish, because when the outfielder's peeking, sometimes you can make or force a bad throw. But let him relax out there.
It'll extend the Hosmer hitting streak to 10 consecutive games. Here's Kendrys Morales. He's absolutely eaten up Tigers pitching the last 2 years. Morales on base quite a few times last time, 4 times. He was hit by a pitch. He walked, had a couple of hits.
Shot one the other way yesterday as well. Tigers in a semi shift. Castellanos way off the line of third base. Cassie right here. His normal position. He's away from that.
I'm trying to decide earlier today with Brad if that was just a really good piece of hitting by Morales last night, or if it was intentional, or if it was just by mistake. But he shot a ball against the shift into left field for one of his 2 hits.
Always these shifts when you're at a ballpark, just watch it. It's very challenging for the middle infielders covering second base in a situation like this. Man on first. They get out of the positions now with 2 strikes. Iglesias moves over a little bit back towards his normal position.
Do teams practice in spring training as you look at the hits by direction for Morales? I guess the subtle differences that these shifts will cause in terms of covering bags, cutoff plays, and things like that. There's a swing and a miss.
Yes, they do, and they really practice the cutoff and relays. That's what really gets reconfigured. Pretty good slider here by Jordan Zimmerman. Disappears. Good depth. That's very hard to handle from a hitter standpoint when you have that type of depth. It looks like it's coming in the zone. You're out front already, and then it goes straight down into the ground, and you just hope you can foul it off, but not in this case. And Zimmerman with another strikeout.
Last start against the Pirates, threw some really good sliders, mostly fastball, slider in that game. Didn't throw any changeups in that last start. Gordon, the batter, with 1 on 1 out. He has gotten off to a slow start. Alex Gordon batting .222 with no homers and only 3 RBIs so far. Try to hold up, unable to do it. 0-2. And that one stays high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Gordon will not chase it. Seems like it used to be, Gibby, that pitchers were taught keep the ball down. You want to get your ground balls, but I think more and more these days we're seeing pitchers, especially those with good fastballs, pitching up in the strike zone.
You don't even have to have a great fastball. It's just the pitch location, but definitely they try and get it at the top of the zone. If it's too high, nobody will ever offer at it.
That's a foul ball.
It just has to be right there, just at the top of the zone, just a little higher. Most hitters are trained to hit the ball down. It's very hard to get on top of that pitch.
Tigers hoping to get Zimmerman deeper into this game. Last night, Shane Green pitched into the 5th before he was taken out. He lasted 4 1/3.
Just going to say, keep an eye on Hosmer. He'll sneak attack you over there. Tigers throw over.
Hosmer with a leadoff single in the 2nd, and he is still there with 1 out. That one just missed, 2-2.
This close pitch, good idea.
Now the count has gone full, 3-2 on Gordon with Perez waiting on deck.
Does he trust him? Does he send it?
I don't know. I would have a tendency to say no.
Yeah, I don't think so either. There he
The
goes.
runner's going, swing and a miss. Oh, Saltalamacchia had the ball come out of his glove. Looked like they might get a strike him out, throw him out. Stolen base for Hosmer, 2 gone.
Well, Ned Yost did send him, and we had him red-handed on the exchange. Salty doesn't get a good grip, comes out of his hand. And Hosmer down to 2nd, 2 down.
Well, here's where the Royals have really learned how to get it done. They scored all of their runs with 2 outs in last night's ball game, and by and large they've been a really good 2-out team. Salvador Perez, the batter. Ball 1.
This guy's been pretty good at it. Looking at the lineup going into tonight's game, Perez with a great game, 5 RBI last night. You have Omar Infante behind him. Perez only hitting .231 with runners in scoring position this year. Omar at .091. So you get into a situation here later in the game, you may want to pitch around Salvi.
Strike call. Saw that graphic where Perez had the best average with 2-out hitting last year.
He stung the Tigers.
It was actually a team number. The Royals were the best with 2 outs. Just off the plate. 2-1 the count on Salvador Perez. Zimmerman already has 4 strikeouts in this game.
Yeah, you want to get out of this inning now at 32 pitches. 15 per inning is what you want to stay under. So just a little over here in the bottom of the 2nd.
And we'll get back out of play. Perez was a guy that was severely underpaid. They signed him when he first got to the big leagues to a multi-year deal, and then they realized that he was not really being paid commensurate with what he had given the ball club. They signed him to an extension, a 5-year extension in March. And that World Series MVP.
That doesn't happen very often where the clubs come and want to redo it.
Yeah, and I think that, when you look at what Perez has given this team, they've gotten to the World Series the last couple of years. He was the MVP last year of the World Series. And usually when you have that leverage of that long-term contract, you pretty much let it play out. Numbers on Ned Yost.
That seems a lot more relaxed this year.
Doesn't he?
That's what a world championship will do for you.
The 2-2. Checked it. Don't believe he went, and he did not, says Larry Vanover. Full count.
Well, let's take a look from the side. What do you think of this view? Ooh.
Whoa.
Very close. Got a favorable call on that.
So after a quick first inning, this will be the 25th pitch of the second inning for Zimmerman.
I'm going to say he's going to go back in.
Hosmer in second with 2 outs.
Look at these signs. Could you figure them out?
Negative. I can't crack that code. He went inside with the breaking ball and missed. That'll put 2 runners on.
Well, base runners try and crack that code all the time, especially when they're on second base. Catchers and pitchers have many different variations of it. Obviously, the simplest is first sign. The second version would be second sign. And to confuse you a little more, second sign, shake first. What that means?
I'm already confused.
Well, it's the second sign.
Right.
But if you shake, it's the first sign.
Oh.
See? So you go 2-1, 1-4. Second sign was a 1, it was a fastball. If you shake it off, it'd be the next sign
The
after
next sign.
1.
Right. One strike on Infante. All right, here goes Saltalamacchia. What do you got?
I think we should do this to the other team, not our team.
Exactly. The 0-1 pitch is outside, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Around the league, I promise you, these tapes and videos are reviewed by guys trying to crack the codes. I don't hear about it as much as they used to do it, but there are still some who do it.
There's a strike called, 1-2 on Infante. Omar has, or had, his 8-game hitting streak snapped in last night's ball game. Was 0 for 4 in the contest. Off to a 222 start. Here's the 1-2.
Yes, he did.
Yes, he went around, says Larry Vanover. 5 strikeouts for Jordan Zimmerman. And the Royals will strand a pair, 2 in the books here in KC.
Top of the third, and how about Jared Saltalamacchia so far since taking over for James McCann, hitting the long ball. He's got 5 on the year so far. This one here on the road trip against Pittsburgh, really strong. You see that one off the foul pole. Those are nice. Hit long ball in Houston. Then last night, his first one right-handed. 5 home runs, 14 RBI, leads all catchers in the American League. And see if he can't do another one right now as he leads off the inning here in the top of the third.
And he'll be followed by Ghosts and Iglesias. Bottom 3 facing Kennedy, who's retired all 6 so far, and he misses outside 1-0. 6 for 13 for Saltalamacchia. 3-game hit streak. Here's Kennedy's 1-0. It's a ball outside, 2-0.
I was asking him what was going on with him today, and it's just how it goes in baseball. He's getting good pitches to hit. He's putting good swings on it, and he credited Wally Joyner and David Newhan, the Tigers' assistant and head hitting coaches, with a little different terminology that got him working on some little different technique, just a way of looking at how to hit the ball, and it's really helped him. He feels comfortable up there, and he's having great results.
He's done a lot of work since coming to the Tigers. I know in spring training there was an emphasis on getting him a little bit lower defensively to help him out when he caught behind the plate, but the numbers with the stick have been good too. Here's the 3-1. And he walked in ball 4, leadoff man on.
Well, Wally and David have a real good presence. They have a real good atmosphere in their cage. These hitting coaches, you better make sure you're dedicated if you want to be a hitting coach in the big leagues. These guys work tireless hours. They're there very early. Players come in. They stream in very, very early, probably 1 o'clock starting today, to get ready for this 6:15 game. It's steady all day long. They hit. Victor will hit right now. Probably back there staying loose.
Anthony Ghost looks at a strike. Always thought that, whether it's a pitching coach, a hitting coach, it doesn't matter what you coach on a major league team, you're often underappreciated because nobody really sees the time that you spend before, there's opening pitch.
I think the players appreciate their coaches. Real good relationships here in Detroit. Enjoy each other, trust each other. And the thing about being a coach, it's usually pretty easy. You can diagnose what you're doing. How to fix it is a different story. Wally, a very positive guy too. Sometimes you tell them something, if they believe you, that's good enough. It just makes them relax. You tend to overthink when you're a hitter.
Ghost swings and misses on a fastball up. 1 gone.
Ian Kennedy continues to pump that high fastball after the breaking ball there. Very sneaky. Tigers have not been able to get on top of that yet.
Here's Jose Iglesias batting .308. Iglesias was 1 for 5 in last night's game. Tigers yet do not have a hit. They have 1 walk. That is Saltalamacchia here in the third. A little bit high, 1-0. The other thing about hitting coaches, Gibby, is what I've always wondered is, when do you approach the player and when do you wait for the player to approach you?
That's part of it. I think the first thing you have to do is establish a relationship, and you want to hear what the player's perception is of what's going on, what they're trying to do, understand that, and after spending a lot of hours.
There's a hit-and-run base hit to right field, right down the line. Saltalamacchia is on his way to third. Iglesias going to second. He's going to be out, standing up. And the Tigers base running. That is a big out. Iglesias was an easy out at second.
Yeah, you don't want to run into the out right there. You want to go. The hit and run is on. Great contact, but you got to read this right here. You got to see that he comes up with it. You got to shut it down. It's a mistake here. Saltalamacchia, 2 or 3 steps in a peak, sees that the ball's in play and on his way to third. A really good throw by Dyson.
So with 2 outs, here is Ian Kinsler, and he's going to try and drive in a run, and Iggy's still upset with himself.
Well, he's trying to do well. He's trying to be aggressive, and he's a young kid. And I know that people get frustrated with mistakes, but it takes time. He'll learn from this. We had a talk before the game about last night.
That ball's driven all the way to the gap in right center field into the wall. It'll get the run in. Kinsler rounding the bag at second, holding with a double, and the Tigers get a 2-out run.
Even better, your teammate picks you up.
The ball was killed by Kinsler, just jumped on Kane, the center fielder. So it's the Tigers that score first here tonight.
Good breaking ball, Ian. You see it's up in the zone instead of the get me over type. I think they wanted that down and away, and Ian stays out through the middle of the field, but Kane cannot catch up.
11th RBI of the year for Kinsler. Now here is Upton trying to pick him up. So that leadoff walk to Saltalamacchia comes around to score against Ian Kennedy. Swing and a miss, 0-1. Upton struck out in the first inning. He leads the American League in strikeouts. Batting .241. Miss inside.
McKinney wasting a pitch in off the plate right there. Remember, the first pitch was the slider off the plate, so trying to get Justin thinking in so he can throw that slider down and away again. Gonna try and get him out away eventually.
Two and one.
For some reason, hitters, they don't like to be thinking in. You know, it just gets in your mind. You're afraid you're going to get jammed. It makes you cheat a little bit. You start the bat early, and then when it's an off-speed pitch or a pitch away, you're thinking in. It's hard to get to the ball away.
Low, 3 balls and 1 strike.
Good job by Jay Up to lay off that pitch. Ian Kennedy trying to use the aggressiveness of the hitter against him, but no bite. Fish aren't biting.
Cabrera waiting on deck. Soft line drive back to short and caught. What a play by Alcides Escobar. Wow.
Didn't think he had any chance to get that.
A fabulous play by the Royals shortstop, stretching out.
Talking about Jordan Zimmerman, his slider being effective already this game. Alcides Escobar, you look at it in slow motion, you can see the spin. Also got Kendrys Morales. Good depth on this one right here. Opponent's hitting 167 against the slider. And got a good, effective slider going tonight and keeping the Tigers in this game. Tigers did take the lead 1-0 in the top of the third.
Could have been a lot worse, though, or it could have been better for the Tigers, but some good defensive plays by KC. The Dyson throw in right field and the Alcides Escobar running play out in short left. Dyson is leading things off here in the third. Dyson, then Escobar, and then Moustakas. 1-0. Tigers have the lead. 2 out of 4 last night for Dyson, who was activated off the disabled list last evening.
Yeah, he's running when he's swinging, and he's fast.
It'll back him out of there. 1-2. So you got the Royals team, which struck out the fewest amount of times last year, and they have fanned 5 times already tonight against Zimmerman. That's how good his stuff has been. A soft liner back up the middle on 1 hop. Iglesias quickly got rid of it and got him by half a step. 1 away. We check in now with Johnny Kane with a little bit more on his pregame talk with Rich Doobie.
Yeah, guys, you heard the conversation there. We were talking about if it's a concern at all that the starting pitching, aside from Jordan Zimmerman, hasn't been able to get deep into games. He said it's not a concern, but there's definitely an expectation here for us to get deeper into games. He said bottom line is we need to be more aggressive. We're giving the hitters too much credit. He says sometimes we're pitching these hitters back into counts. It's 0-2, 1-2. Next thing you know, it's full count. But he says we want to pound the strike zone more and certainly want to pitch deeper into games. So Jordan Zimmerman's pounding that strike zone tonight.
Thanks, Johnny. And tonight, 6 of 9 pitches, first pitch strikes, the first time through the orders. And that's what you're looking for. You're looking for 6, 7 out of 10.
Escobar pounds it back out of play. 0-2. Zimmerman has done what he is expected to do in a Tigers uniform, has not allowed a run in each of his first 2 starts, and so far the same here tonight in KC. Here's the 0-2. And that has popped up. First base side for Cabrera. 2 gone.
Well, speaking of the starters, we showed this in our open in case you missed it. So far this year, innings per start are down, pitches per inning are up, walks are up. And this is what the Tigers are going to try and address. And Rich Doobie he told me personally, got to be trust. They've got to believe in their fielders behind them, and they make good pitches in their bullpen sessions, and they can do it in the game as well.
15 2/3 consecutive scoreless innings now for Zimmerman at the start of his Tigers career. There's a base hit to center field for Moustakas with 2 outs. His second hit of the series. We'll bring up Lorenzo Cain. Cain struck out in the first inning. Cain last year was 3rd in the MVP voting. His numbers were not nearly as gaudy as Josh Donaldson, who won it, and Mike Trout, who finished 2nd, but he did a lot of other things. He scored over 100 runs. Tremendous defensive center fielder. Slicing that one foul. 0-2.
Yep, he's developed into a very good player. Hasn't gotten going yet, as you said.
We've had some good ones here in KC to man center field over the years, going back to Amos Otis and Willie Wilson.
Yeah, Willie Wilson, I swear he ran sideways around the base. He was so fast he couldn't keep his body going straight forward.
They got it picked off. Throw to second. The tag. Got him.
Great play.
Moustakas is out at second base to end the inning. No runs to the hit. Nobody left. 3 in the books in KC.
Tigers lead 1-0. Talking about the Royals defense, Salvador Perez, very good behind the plate. Mr. Gordon over there, the Gold Glover. Alex Gordon there in left field. Hosmer at first. And C.D. Escobar in Houston. And then tonight, to end the last inning, perfect launch angle, perfect timing, and took a hit away from Jay Up and an RBI.
Launch angle, huh?
Yeah, that's something I saw.
Yeah, won his first career Gold Glove last year. Escobar showing why here tonight. Fancy pants play last half inning, or last inning with the Tigers up there. Here's Cabrera. And Miggy looks at a ball low. Cabrera, Martinez, and then J.D. Martinez. The Royals are no stranger to good defense. That's pulled on the ground slowly toward Escobar. Miggy is out. He's 0 for 2, 1 gone. Royals came in with 5 errors this season. They're tied with Boston for the fewest errors. Here is Victor Martinez, who popped up in his first at bat.
Got a little bit of a shift on against V-Mart.
In there, strike one. Yep. I find it fascinating how some teams are totally buying into the shift on every single player, every single opponent. And I mean, talking serious shifts, teams like Houston and Pittsburgh. Yet there are other teams that will do it sporadically. I think the Tigers kind of fall in between. They don't shift as much as some other teams do.
Well, the average shift average is like 25, 30 points lower when shifted. Now there are some that beat the shift, but not many. If you have pitchers that can hit their spots, it's going to be very effective for you.
Grounded foul. And I guess the other aspect of the shift that isn't talked about a whole lot is if you have a power hitting left-handed batter and you're shifting to the right side and that batter just takes the single the other way, in some ways that's somewhat of a victory because you've kept the guy in the ballpark.
It can be if it was Barry Bonds, guys that hit the ball out of the yard all the time. Yeah. Victor, when he's hot, he'd be another guy. You just take it. Strike. You want him to drive the ball.
Didn't go. 2-2. J.D. Martinez on deck. Tigers got a run in the second RBI double from Kinsler with 2 outs. Popped up foul, back out of play. There's J.D. waiting on deck. The Tigers have 3 hitters in the top 10 coming into play here tonight in hitting. Martinez is one of them. J.D. that is. Victor waiting on a 2-2. He'll sky this one in the air toward left center. It'll be Gordon to make the play. And there are 2 gone. Well, just a reminder as you enjoy a cold one to look forward to Miller Time later in tonight's game, brought to you by Miller Lite.
2 outs so far with Ian Kennedy. 2 fly ball, well, 1 ground ball by Miggy and a fly ball against V-Mart. Jammed them both, throwing the ball inside this inning.
Strike 1 on J.D.
Ball right on the outside part of the plate. Very good location and a good take by J.D. We just read the article today about J.D. how last year he was one of the more aggressive hitters in the league, and this year is one of the least aggressive.
Well, the Astros shifted him quite a bit in the last series in Houston. much playing him straight up on the infield here tonight. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss.
And last year he got shifted was 7% of the time, and a much higher rate this year. He's at 41%. The Royals are not subscribing though.
Not at all. Here's the 1-2. Bouncing ball left side in the hole. Escobar, one hot throw, got it. He is putting on a show tonight. The Gold Glover, Alcides Escobar. Tigers baseball on Fox Sports Detroit is brought to you by the Sam Bernstein Law Firm, official legal services sponsor of Fox Sports Detroit. Bell Tire, get the lowest tire price, period. Bell Tire. And by Chevrolet, more than you expect for less than you imagine. Back here in Kansas City, the Tigers holding on to a 1-0 lead as the Royals come to the dish in the bottom of the fourth. And Lorenzo Cain will lead things off. He swings and misses. It'll be Cain, Hosmer, and Morales here in the fourth inning. 1 run for the Tigers on 2 hits. No runs, 2 hits for KC.
Got an ice bag for me?
Why? What happened?
My buddy George Brett just came in there. Hits me all the time.
He averaged pretty good.
Oh, I got him back. Great teammate, great Hall of Famer. Fun to play against. Looks good. Part of this Royals administration.
There's a fastball way high, 1-2. Well, you were a teammate of his for a while. What was it like to play with him?
It was great. It was fun. Talked a lot of baseball. Went back to his box. But he's anybody he played for would say that he was probably one of the better teammates they ever played with. Just a gamer, educator. Just a fun guy.
He even tried his hand as being the hitting coach here for a little bit, but probably a bit more comfortable in that box he's sitting in right now.
Yeah.
And a lot less stress. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Lorenzo Cain. Cain, Hosmer, and Morales 3, 4, and 5 facing Zimmerman. Swing and a miss, and another strikeout for Jordan. 6 of them.
That'll bring up Eric Hosmer. We were talking about the shift earlier. You know, the Tigers don't totally shift him. He's one of the guys that beats the shift the most, I believe. He has the highest average in the big leagues. Last season, 357 batting when shifted. So, see, the Tigers, they did subscribe to that information, not going to do it.
0-2.
A lot of guys that get shifted, they pull the ball on the ground, but many of them will hit the ball opposite in the air to the outfield. See up here at the top, center fielder Anthony goes over into left center a bit.
Hosmer had a single, a steal, but did not score back in the second. The best scoring chance for the Royals. They had 2 on with 2 outs, but Infante struck out. Here's a 1-2 pitch. Chopper fouled at first base. Tommy John surgery in 2009, his rookie year, but Zimmerman bounced back from that nicely. 2-time All-Star with the Nationals. In 2013, 2014, didn't walk a whole lot of guys. He has struck out quite a few tonight. Trying to get another here. 6 strikeouts already.
60 total pitches so far for Jordan. 40 of them strikes. Pretty good ratio.
Swing and a miss. 7 strikeouts for Zimmerman.
Looked like Hosmer hurt his hand on that swing. Very. Look at this slider just disappear. Misses right over top of it. 88 miles an hour. Funny swing by Hosmer. Could not adjust. 7th strikeout, as you said.
So with 2 outs, here is Kendrys Morales. And 1 on Morales.
Another thing I like about Jordan Zimmerman tonight, working very quickly.
Yeah.
Infielders appreciate that. We were talking earlier in the game about getting a pace to the game, getting into a rhythm. Jordan's doing his part.
They are shifting on Kendrys. 1 ball, 1 strike. It's Castellanos on the outfield grass. Here's the 1-1. The strikeout high in the career of Zimmerman is 12. He did that back in 14 at San Diego. He struck out 12 Padres with the Nationals. Well, he might give that a run tonight. He has 7 already. Bouncer right back to the mound. Zimmerman will have an easy 1-2-3 inning. Couple of strikeouts and a comebacker. 4 in the books in KC. As we go to the 5th inning, here is the Chevy Silverado most dependable players. Lorenzo Cain is on this list. It is the list of defensive runs saved among center fielders last year. Now, what is defensive runs saved? Well, it measures how many runs above or below average a fielder is, including multiple defensive factors. So as you like to explain, Gibby, this is kind of a formula they go through, and Lorenzo Cain grades out high in that list at a +18.
And just for your reference, 15 is Gold Glove, 0 would be average, and the equation that they create just creates a unit of measure to measure, the data input, and the equation is figured out position by position or defensively. And I know it's a little confusing, but this is what they do with all this data that's available nowadays, and thought it was interesting. We know Lorenzo Cain's a very good center fielder, and Eric Hosmer over there at first base, he's gotten a Gold Glove. Information, there you have the run saved Gold Glove. I wouldn't want to be awful, but I got a feeling mine is 15. Why did I look down there?
Well,
is I that bad?
No, I don't think you were that bad. A +15 would be Gold Glove caliber, and Cain was a +18. Kiermaier with the Rays was a +42, which kind of gives you an indication of how really good he was.
Now, that's not 42 runs saved. That's 42 runs saved above the average, what the average player would do. So right. 0 is an average player, and he would save you some runs per year. But a 42 would be 42 runs better than that.
Better than the average, which is really impressive and the best that they've ever had. Castellanos leading it off here in the 5th inning. It'll be Nick, then Saltalamacchia, and then Anthony Gose. Up and in, back him out of there. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Now, this is the first time we're looking at this stuff and presenting it to our audience, and it's probably a little confusing, but we thought it was interesting. I mean, the Royals are very good defensively. We've seen many good plays this game, so we thought it was pertinent information.
And it is also fun to see how the Tigers have improved over the years, which they have, and we'll bring you some of those numbers as well. The Tigers, the last couple of years, they've gotten better defensively. I mean, look where they were in 2013. They were a -66.
By this measure. By this
measure, correct.
But last year +17. And what does that mean? I mean, they're pretty good in those years, so they really hit a lot and pitched very good.
I mean, that 13 team was good enough to win the World Series. Swing and a miss. Castellanos goes fishing for the strikeout. 1 gone here in the 5th. So Kennedy picks up another strikeout. That'll be his 4th of the game. And here is Saltalamacchia.
Well, Salty with the walk in the 3rd. Had the 3-run home run last night. Looking to go yard again, and they've got a shift on Salty. Moustakas over here, the Lone Ranger on that side of the field. Salty's looking to get some backspin on this fastball.
Can't do it down there. He was almost hit. 1 ball, no strikes.
I thought he was going to try and sell it. I thought it hit him. Get up and start hobbling there, don't you?
Well, let's see how close it was.
Use those wheels.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if you can sell that.
It's just a reaction. You'd think, oh, that wouldn't hurt. Just stay in there. But your reaction takes you out of there.
1 ball, 1 strike. Saltalamacchia walked to begin things in the 3rd and then came around to score the game's only run. Here's the 1-1 pitch. They'll get back out of play. Update on James McCann, who Saltalamacchia is filling in for. The Tigers starting catcher was hitting in the cage today and was also throwing a little bit today, but McCann still not quite there. He's got to squat down still and test that ankle out.
Yeah, he's not ready to bring the McCann back yet. And he also runs on a thing called the Ultra G. It's a treadmill that takes part of your body weight off of yourself. So he's running probably around 75% of his body weight. So if you weighed 100 pounds, theoretically, you'd only be absorbing 75 pounds of the 100. The device takes the other off of that, so he's staying in shape, and it helps with his mobility.
Swing and a miss. Saltalamacchia leaves the strike zone. Couple of strikeouts now for Kennedy here in the 5th inning. Hey, see the Tigers take on the Oakland A's April 25th through the 28th and get 4 tickets, hot dogs, chips, and drinks for just $16 per person. It's the weekday value pack. Visit tigers.com/value or call 866-66-TIGER.
I have to get a couple of those when we're home.
Value packs or hot dogs?
Hot dogs.
Oh, okay.
I remember way back in the 90s we did a show out in the outfield, and my partner gave me $100, and I think we had $10 worth of hot dogs, and I gave the people a $90 tip.
You told them to keep the change?
Oh yeah, it was on here. So you can buy.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Stop at the ATM before that.
Yeah, it was good stuff. Got my seats there right in the first row, right field, straightaway right field. Love it.
You know, maybe we could do that again. That one just missed on Ghost. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Sat out there in the World Series. Right field is just my favorite spot in the ballpark. I played a lot of right field, and certainly I got moved there when we were in Tiger Stadium, the old Tiger Stadium. Just always embraced that position.
Ghost cuts and misses. When you played here in Kansas City, were you right field or did you play mostly left field?
Played left field on the turf, and it was hot.
Ooh, I'll bet.
Actually, I was supposed to be the designated hitter. That's the year Bo Jackson hurt his hip playing football.
Ah, so you were pressed into duty. 1-2 on Ghost, who struck out in the 3rd. Swing and a miss. And another high fastball. Ghost goes fishing. 6 strikeouts now for Ian Kennedy. Still 1-0 Tigers baseball, presented by Bell Tire.
Delivery of the game, Jordan Zimmerman really effective here. Gets Moustakas early. Escobar on the strikeout. Lorenzo Cain, Morales, Gordon, Escobar again, Cain again, Hosmer. 7 strikeouts on the evening. Very solid performance going in deep into this game so far.
Well, it's going to be Gordon to lead it off here against Jordan as we head to the 5th inning, bottom part of the 5th. Alex Gordon looks at a strike, 0-1. Perez and then Infante to follow here for the Royals. 1 run on 2 Tigers hits. No runs, 2 hits for KC.
That makes it 13 of 16 first pitch strikes.
Wow.
That's pounding the zone.
Yes, it is.
What Rich Doobie's talking about. Good leadership on the mound tonight.
Now the 0-2. Gordon was signed to a 4-year deal on January the 6th. He's won 4 Gold Gloves. And after a rocky, bumpy start to his career here as a Royal, began as a third baseman here, then was moved to the outfield, and he really took off when that happened. Now he's become a cornerstone.
Very accurate arm. Do not want to run on him. He's got 70, 80 assists in his career, I believe.
He was cut down to just 4 last year, but that basically was due to all the games he missed with the injury.
Plus less run on him.
Drilled toward left field. Upton. Base hit right in front of him.
Yeah, I think Jay Up thought about going after this. That's the light zone right there. You get into those areas on any stadium and the lights. That's where you go in, you start to lose the ball to the lights, and you don't want to be overly aggressive. Take the safe play, keep the double play in order.
Bring up Salvador Perez. Walked in the second. Tying run is on for the Royals. Pulled foul outside of the bag at third. Well, we mentioned Gordon was re-signed, Perez was re-signed, but looking ahead, the Royals have some guys that their contracts are going to be up following the 17 season, which is still a couple of years away. But I mean, a lot of the heart of their team, like Moustakas and Hosmer, Escobar, Kane, Wade Davis. Soft line drive, base hit, left field. Gordon will go to second and stop there, and now the Royals have runners at first and second. Nobody out.
Salvador Perez just keeps on going. He just kills the Tigers. Looks like he's trying to get in on him there. He pulls his hands in. Kind of sitting in the weeds. Just kind of loops it over Biggie's head.
So it's the bottom of the lineup that is starting an uprising now for the Royals. Omar Infante is up there.
Omar's been struggling a bit. I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't try and sneak one down here. The bunt.
Tigers thinking along the same lines, in tight at the corners. Omar struck out his first time up.
Nice double play would be very enjoyable to me. How about you?
Quite enjoyable. He is showing bunt, and he pushes it foul back to his dugout. 0-1. Infante missed the final 2 weeks of last year and all of the postseason with an oblique problem. Former Tiger. Played in a couple of World Series with the Tigers, 06 and 2012. And this time he'll drop the bunt foul behind home plate. Now it's 0-2.
Don't think that he'll do it with 2 strikes. It's not very good technique. See him poke at the ball. You want to try and keep the head of the bat above your hands. That did not happen in the previous 2 attempts. A lot of different techniques to bunt, but it's just kind of a lost art. It doesn't happen very much anymore. The data suggests it's not worth giving up an out.
There are still some managers, though, that will use the bunt, and Ned Yosti is one of them. In fact, he has taken a lot of heat the last couple of years here in Kansas City for his affection for the bunt.
I remember a couple of years ago we were in the playoffs against the Orioles, and they were singing the praises for Buck Showalter. They weren't really complimenting Ned, but got his world championship last year. The manager, you got to believe in it. If you have conviction, you go with it, and he has.
Got him, strike 3. So the inability to drop down the bunt, and Infante got himself into a hole.
Let's take a look at our Bell Tire pitch by pitch, first and second. Nobody out. Elmer Infante is trying to get the bunt down, hitting .091 this year with runners in scoring position. Ned Yost goes against it, and Zimmerman very quickly and aggressively gets 2 quick strikes and then gets the called 3rd strike. 1 down.
Gerard Dyson bounced out his first time up. Bouncing ball slowly towards second. Kinsler running toward the runner, throws to first out there. Now Perez in a rundown. Now they'll come home. The throw, and he is out at home plate. Gordon is cut down at home. Would have been the tying run. The Tigers executed that nicely.
Perfect.
A slow tap and Kinsler to Miggy, and they'll come back home for the out. Pitching duel here tonight, and we've got ourselves one. It's 1-0. Tigers have the lead as we go to the top of the 6th in KC, and Jose Iglesias will lead it off. He singled but was thrown out trying to stretch it to a double. That was back in the 3rd. Kennedy goes back to work. First one is in for a strike.
Tell you what, you make mistakes, you can't beat yourself up and get down on yourself. You have to stay in the game, and Tigers finished off that last inning with wiggled out of some trouble. Iglesias a big part of it.
Soft ground ball to second where Infante has it.
And this is our 1-800 call Sam call of the game. Man on first and second, nobody out. They get Infante. Dyson with the jam shot. Kinsler to Miggy. Miggy back to Iggy. Makes the throw. Cut down Alex Gordon at the plate. That's a 4-3-6-2 to end the inning. And what did Jordan Zimmerman do? He gets guy on first and second, just kept pounding the strike zone, got out of it quickly.
16 of 19 first pitch strikes. Kennedy's been good as well. He did give up the run on the 2-out double by this man right here, Ian Kinsler. And it brings us to the Bernstein advantage. How about the career numbers now for Kinsler against Kennedy?
6 for 9. He's comfy.
Comfy indeed. His double was to center field back in the third. And he got hit right in the back.
I was just thinking he might brush him a little bit. Got away.
Okay.
No, I don't think this was intentional. I just think he was trying to throw him inside. Ian just calmly goes to first base, and now he wants to steal the bag. Ian's pretty quick, though. It'll be around 1 second. 2 home plate against Salvador Perez. That'd be pretty tough to steal the bag.
So right up there is just going to hit one out.
I'd like it.
To make him pay for it.
Gapper I'll take as well.
Yeah, he's going to pop up a bunt. That's going to roll foul.
Tried to catch Moose sleeping down there. We got the guy at the Moose horns tonight?
The horns, no. He was, I'm not sure. He's probably floating around the ballpark somewhere. But as you say, he better be wearing some orange.
Yeah.
Oh and 1 on Justin Upton. Upton hit that shallow pop to left field, that soft line drive that Escobar made a great play on to rob him of an RBI back in the third. And rob the Tigers of their second run. Big swing there by Upton. 0-2.
Talking about earlier in the game, I think Ian Kennedy has the changeup grip. He starts with it every time. Kind of unusual. He leaves it there. You have it. He leaves it outside of the glove. But we'll watch when he puts it in. He will change it, unless obviously he's going to throw the changeup.
Swing and a miss. Upton down on strikes. We check in now with Johnny Kane, who has more on a favorite here at KC, barbecue.
Yeah, it's like every time we come to Kansas City, we're always talking about barbecue, especially with our crew. But I was talking with Ian Kinsler yesterday about it. He said, I don't eat barbecue every time I come, but he does like Jack Stack, which is good. Arthur Bryant, also good. But he said if he had to pick a favorite, he would go with Gates.
Nice.
But I'm a Joe's KC guy myself, and I know you're not, though, right? You gave it a try, but you...
Well, no, I said it was fine.
I know, but there's a difference between fine. I think it's the best in the world.
Do you in the world? There's a drive to left field, a base hit for Miguel Cabrera. Well, everybody's got their favorites. Gibby, what about you here in KC?
Well, Joe's, I give it an average mark, but it depends whether you want, what kind of brisket you want.
Very true.
That's what I hear.
Well, wait a minute. Johnny said it's the best in the world, and you give it an average mark.
Well, but he used to work in Kansas City.
Yeah.
It's like his hometown. He's not going to dog it. I would say Detroit has the best barbecue.
Okay.
You just got to know where to go.
All right.
But I'm not as much of a barbecue guy anymore. You know, I'm into that healthy living.
I don't know. I was watching you put it down the other night. It looked like you were pretty much into that barbecue.
Yeah, I bought the fries, and everybody else ate them.
Hey, you offered.
Looking out for my boys.
Yes, you are. Well, let's see if the Tigers now can take advantage here with 2 outs. It's Victor Martinez. Single and a hit batter in this inning. Ball 1 high to Victor. Pop-up fly out for Martinez in this game.
Third at bat. Should have a pretty good idea what Ian Kennedy's going to do. And we get a hit right here, score a couple, have Victor drive one up the gap. This would be like old times, wouldn't it?
Love to see it.
Get that motor purring, that Tiger motor, that machine. Top of the order, in the middle of the order going.
1 ball, 1 strike.
999 RBI for Victor. Chasing 1,000. Let's go to 1,001.
Even better. 1 ball, 1 strike. Kennedy had retired 8 consecutive batters before hitting Kinsler here in the 6th. One and 2. Martinez hit in the knee last night, but after spending a considerable amount of time on the ground, he got up, walked off the field, and said right after the game, "Don't worry, I'm playing tomorrow," and here he is. Of course, Victor has had knee issues the last couple of years, which always makes your heart skip a beat when something happens to Martinez and he goes down. 1 and 2 the count. Well, Kennedy wants his catcher Perez to come out to the mound. Big pitch here. They don't want to make a mistake in a 1-0 game.
Throw that changeup and hang it. Now, he just told him in the meeting, is he going to give signs still for the infielders? I think he will.
Let's see.
Nope.
Nope. Missed with it. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Now, one of the reasons they do that is they want to caution against maybe Ian Kinsler is relaying signs to the batter. I don't think that he does that, but Ian Kennedy making sure.
Strike! Now Kennedy with the 2-2. Line drive, base hit left center field. That'll get a run in. Kinsler around to score. It's a single with 2 outs for Victor Martinez and a 2-0 Tigers lead. So the hit batter comes around to score.
That's a big 2-out hit. It is a 1,000th RBI by Victor Martinez. He says, "I want that ball."
Wow, that's a huge number. 1,000 major league RBIs.
Now somebody should grab the ball. You always have one in your other hand, right? You grab the ball and throw the one in your other hand in the stands.
Yeah, but guys don't buy that anymore, do they? It's been done so much.
If you're good at it.
Thanks, Poppy. Says Martinez.
Good job of hitting right there. Little backdoor slider. Stayed with it. Took it the other way.
Here's JD. Ball 1.
You can see this slider out over the plate. Victor doesn't try and pull it. Ian Kennedy not satisfied. Good news for the Tigers.
High fly ball toward right field. Ball hit well. Dyson going back. Track in front of the wall to make the catch.
Just missed it.
So the Tigers will settle for 1 run. They'll leave a pair. The 1,000th Major League RBI for Victor Martinez makes it 2-0. 1-0 as we go to the bottom of the 6th at Kauffman Stadium. Great night for baseball here in KC. And how about Zimmerman? He's climbing that list now. 18 consecutive scoreless innings to begin his Tigers career, and he's right behind Doug Bear.
Trying to outdo him, isn't he? He's got a lot of firsts in his career already.
Boy, has he been good tonight. He gave up a couple of hits to start things off in the 5th, but wiggled out of that jam. He's got 8 strikeouts tonight, which is putting him 4 shy of his career high. We mentioned it was 12 a couple of years ago with the Nationals against the San Diego Padres. Back to work he goes, and a foul ball by Escobar, 0-1. Top of the order coming up here. It's Escobar, Moustakas, and Kane.
I'm sure he'd want to put the World Series championship in the top of his list. He's throwing a no-hitter, almost a perfect game.
Right back to the mound. This will be an easy out. Escobar gone. Hey, stay tuned to Tigers Live. Following the game, we select the Fox Sports Detroit Tigers Player of the Game, presented by McDonald's. Stop by for your breakfast favorites, now being served all day. Who's your leader in the clubhouse, Zimmerman?
Pretty good, isn't he?
Yeah. Kindler's been on base twice. He has knocked one in, scored one, but Zimmerman's been the story tonight.
Been outstanding.
He has slowed down a really versatile and good KC offense.
Now at 80 pitches, I think he'd probably be good to 110 today.
Single fly out for Mike Moustakas.
I was reading you ever hear about he threw the immaculate inning?
No. What's that?
You know what an immaculate inning is? I had to look it up myself.
Fill me in.
It's 3 strikeouts on 9 pitches in an inning.
That kind of makes sense. He did that?
Yeah, and then I read that there's like 70-something pitchers that have done it in the history of the game. Have you ever seen it?
Wow. I don't believe I've ever seen it. I mean, I'd have to think back, but I don't think so. I'd probably remember something like that.
That seems, I can't even imagine that going on. That's really dominant, huh?
Sure is. He has been dominant tonight. Slap toward left field. Upton will track it down. 2 outs.
Here's our high-speed pitch, brought to you by Xfinity. High of 93, low of 79 tonight. Lots of strikeouts. Nice to see a complete game tonight, wouldn't it? Not to get greedy.
Well, not to get greedy, but he is at 84 here in the 6th. He needs some quick outs to get there. Doable. Swing and a miss. 17 of 21 first pitch strikes, so now 18 of 22 with first pitch strikes.
That's unbelievable.
1 ball, 1 strike. Lorenzo Cain has had a difficult evening against Zimmerman. 2 punch outs. 0 for 5 in the series. Checked it inside. They will appeal. He went around. 1-2. Salty running through the signs. Now they will go through the deck again. Two.
The deck?
Running through the deck. It's like a deck of cards. He was showing every card he had down there, flashing all the signs.
I get you.
It's probably the first time you've ever heard that, because I've never heard anybody use that.
Yeah. Original.
Here's the 2-2.
Oh, that's a good pitch there.
Off the plate. Didn't miss by much. You can tell by the body language. Jordan really wanted that one.
As good as he's been throwing the whole game, David Rackley's got to give him that.
Little chopper slowly towards short. Iggy Bobbles has no play.
That took a bad hop on him. Terrible hop.
And you knew he had to hurry with Kane running at first base.
Watch it, it comes up as it hits the lip, right where the grass and the dirt meets.
Whoop, whoop. That hop single. So with 2 outs, it keeps the inning going for Hosmer. We'll see if the Royals can take advantage of that break.
Don't think Kane would run being down by 2 runs.
0-1.
You're a base runner, you want to just kind of think things out here. We had the situation last night with Iglesias on first base when the Tigers down by 3. The most important guy is, as you get later in the game, is that tying run, which is at the plate. Maybe when he gets 2 strikes, you reconfigure your thinking a little bit. But certainly not early. You're over there at first base, you're the runner. First baseman covering gives you a little bit of a hole over there to hit the ball through as well. You steal, he gets to play deeper.
They cut down that angle on the right side. And right now, Kane is anchored at first base. 1-1 on Hosmer. Little chopper back to the mound, off the glove, and Zimmerman can make the play. Oh, he bobbled it a couple of times. And the inning is still alive.
Well, 2 plays in a row, weakly hit balls. And Jordan Zimmerman, when you get in a situation like this, you want to try and take your time, slow yourself down. The ball starts bouncing around and you're running. It's hard to pick it up cleanly. And that'll go as an error. And very unusual.
So there is life now for the Royals here with Kendrys Morales due up, 2 men on.
Good trip by Salty right here. Get him settled down. Give him a little bit of a breather. You can see Rich Doobie and Brad having a conversation. He's disappointed that he didn't cleanly field that. You would like to think, being a veteran, that he can handle this situation and get this out. Salty given the signs. Is he going to throw the ball to third? Is he going to go to second? Only the Tiger fielders know. We certainly don't.
And for one of the few times the crowd now starting to get into it tonight, they've not had a whole lot to cheer about. Kendrys Morales with 2 on and 2 outs. Ball 1.
Even if Tigers get out of this, probably another 10, 12 pitches at least, maybe 15 have been put on the pitch count.
Swing and a miss. 1-1 on Morales. They've gotten him twice tonight. Strikeout and a comebacker.
Good tight slider. Breaking down underneath the hands and the barrel.
Now he's behind in the count, 1-2.
Well, look at the Royals' history. RBI with 2 outs. Kendrys Morales last year had 53. Top of the Royals in the history of the Royals. Hope we didn't jinx.
We're about to find out. Ground ball, second base side. Kinsler has it there, and the threat is over. No runs, a hit, 1 error. Zimmerman. Nice work through 6. Still 2-0 Tigers. Jordan Zimmerman tonight. The Tigers have a 2-0 lead over the Royals. Here's the starters comparison. Really, Ian Kennedy's been pretty good as well. 7 strikeouts, 1 walk, and Kennedy goes back to work here in the 7th inning.
Yeah, the 2 infield, you want to call them hits into 1 error, cost him about 12 pitches. Jordan Zimmerman.
Here is Castellanos leading off the 7th. Nick, then Saltalamacchia, and then Anthony Gose.
Good time to tack on.
Nick is 0 for 2, fly out and a strikeout. Swing and a miss.
1-0 changeup. That's dirty.
I mentioned the Tigers had 3 guys in the top 10 in hitting coming into play tonight. JD Martinez 4th, Nick Castellanos was 5th, and Ian Kinsler was 7th. 3 of the top 10. Manny Machado came in leading the league at 392. Pulled foul. Saltalamacchia waiting on deck. Here's the 2-2 offering. Didn't go. 3-2.
Boy, that bat head went out there, but didn't extend his arms and got the call. It was close. New life.
Broken bat. Shallow left field. And it'll drop between Escobar and Gordon. Leadoff single here in the 7th inning. Here's our Comerica Bank game summary. Much of the good fortune tonight is at the hands of Jordan Zimmerman, who's been outstanding in this game. Ian Kinsler got the Tigers on the board in the 3rd with an RBI double to center field. And then, of course, Victor Martinez RBI 1,000 in his career in the 6th inning. He took the ball out of play. The Tigers have a 2-0 lead. Zimmerman tonight 7 strikeouts.
Got on a roll going through those middle innings, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Lots of strikeouts piling up in those innings. 1 since then.
Saltalamacchia single and a strikeout. Checking a walk, I should say, for Saltalamacchia and a strikeout. He's also scored a run. What's going on now? Perez coming out to the mound along with the home plate umpire David Rackley.
Something about what he's doing, something with his hands, it looked like. But he told Salvador Perez to go talk to Ian Kennedy, and in fact came out and told him himself. Not sure what's going on.
I think there have been a couple of times tonight where Kennedy has gone to his mouth with his hand while he was on the mound, and that's a no-no unless there's really cold conditions out there. I think the umpires will allow you to do that.
Yep, they'll let you know. They'll tell you.
Yeah, see, you can't do that. He's on the mound right now.
It used to be you couldn't be on the dirt circle and do it, but they've changed that.
Swing and a miss. Well, if you're not allowed to do that, I wonder why they gave him a warning instead of just making the call on that.
They generally give you a warning.
Do they?
Yeah. I mean, if he's already told him, they would call it. That would be a balk.
The 1-2 is outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ghost will be next. Tigers trying to add to their 2-0 lead. We're in the 7th. Game 2 in this 3-game series. One more to go tomorrow night. And again, he missed outside. Saltalamacchia not offering.
Ian Kennedy being very cautious to Saltalamacchia for obvious reasons.
And he lost it. Ball 4, single and a walk to get it started here in the 7th. Well, speaking of tomorrow, Major League Baseball is in full swing, and tomorrow Miguel Cabrera and these Tigers take on the World Series champion Royals. Seated at 6:30 p.m. Eastern. The game you can only see on FS1 or watch it live on Fox Sports Go.
Going to have some action out in the bullpen of the Royals. Luke Hochevar, right-handed pitcher.
It was the second walk of the ball game for Kennedy.
Hochevar threw an inning last night, inning plus.
What do you got Anthony Ghost doing here?
He's bunting.
Well, that's the question. Ghost has not had a lot of success in sacrifice bunt situation.
Yeah, Ian Kennedy has been throwing Anthony Ghost up and away. Ghost cannot get on top of it. You can see the defense. Moustakas in at third, Hosmer in at first.
And he tipped it into the glove for strike 1.
Some teams do what they call an early break. They take the first baseman and they rush him in. Got to get the bat out front, catch it. See, Moustakas is kind of angled in over here at third base. Put calibrations off here, pal.
Here's a bunt right in front of the mound, or the plate rather. They'll throw to third and they'll get the force. Not a good enough bunt for Ghost. He will reach on the fielder's choice.
Yeah, you got to get this out. Salvador Perez, he's just on this quickly. Quickly cuts down Castellanos. So now the Tigers still first and second with 1 out. Anthony Ghost has Salty in front of him. He's going to have to make sure that he doesn't overrun him. Get guys that are fast behind slow guys. You got to be very alert as you round the bases.
David Rankley went right out to the mound to break up yet another conversation out there as Iglesias stands in. Single ground out for Iglesias.
Outfielders are well in. Kane's in, Tyson's in right field. Gordon is about normal depth on the pull side.
Strike 1.
Kind of, if you're the Royals, you got to make a decision. Down by 2 runs here in the top of the 7th inning. So maybe take a chance, cheat in a bit, and try and cut that run down with the slow runner Saltalamacchia at second.
Pulled right by the third baseman. Moustakas into left. Saltalamacchia will stop at third. That ball was hit off his glove, and that'll load the bases.
This ball's hit well. Bullet off Moustakas' glove. With Saltalamacchia on second base cannot get in to score. That's why they call it the hot corner. Ball, the one hop screamer. That's going to be it for Ian Kennedy.
So Kennedy will face 4 batters here in the 7th, but he will depart the scene, it appears. They've had Hochevar warming up in the bullpen. And now the call is being made to Luke Hochevar. So that'll be it for Ian Kennedy, who will finish tonight with a total of 7 strikeouts. It's a wall-side windows pitching change. Royals go to the bullpen. We'll be back to Kansas City. Now for the Royals here in the 7th inning.
8th game. Doesn't walk anybody, you can see. 8 strikeouts, only 1 walk. Throws a lot of cutters. Over 50% of his pitches are cutters. 22% fastballs, and he also has a curveball that he likes to throw. And this is why they took Ian Kennedy out. Ian Kinsler was 6 for 9 off of Kennedy, but only 2 for 18 off Hochevar.
Ian in the ball game, double hit by pitch, RBI, run scored. Hochevar delivers outside, 1-0. It would behoove the Tigers to get a few more here. They lead by 2-0 in the 7th.
Yes, it would. It's haven't been real good at tacking on so far in this series. Another golden opportunity with the bases loaded.
Tigers tonight have been 3 for 6 with runners in scoring position. Strike called.
There's that cutter.
Kinsler with an 8-game hitting streak. Came in 2nd in the league in total hits, right behind Manny Machado. Up and in.
If you're the hitter, you want to just try and stay up the middle. Don't try and get all 4 of them. 3 in a home run. You want to just try and get what Matt Williams used to tell me. He goes for the onesie. 1 run. That way you stay within yourself.
Pop foul, back out of play. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Hochevar missed all of 14 because of Tommy John surgery. Returned to the big leagues last year and made 49 appearances in the regular season.
Coming in. Look at him.
Down he goes.
Salvador Perez, he sets up inside initially, then jumps outside and throws that nasty cutter off the plate. Looks like it's a fastball on the outside corner, but does break off the dish. So Ian now 2 for 19. Leave it up for Jay up to pick Ian up.
These are good numbers. 5 for 9 against Hochevar.
I'd like to see something extra base hitish.
Is that a word? Upton is 0 for 3. A strike, all 0-1. A couple of strikeouts and a pop-up tonight for Upton. He was robbed of a hit and an RBI in the 3rd. Jordan Zimmerman has done the rest.
He's been sitting a long time.
High fly ball right field, chasing Dyson back. He'll go to the warning track. And the threat is over. Tigers get a couple of runners, but strand 2. Time now for the Consumers Energy 7th inning stretch.
To struggle with his mechanics, and he is 0-2. His ERA 2.79, but not happy with the way that his command. You see 7 walks. He's got to correct that. Following Jordan Zimmerman's footsteps tonight. Of course, Edison Volquez is a guy who's turned his career around with Pittsburgh and now here with Kansas City.
Gordon leads it off as we head to the bottom of the 7th. Gordon, Perez, Infante facing Zimmerman, who misses outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 runs, 6 hits for the Tigers. No runs on 5 hits for the Royals. Here's the 1-1 pitch, and it's outside. 2-1 on Gordon.
Tigers have action in the pit. Mark Lowe. Zimmerman came in right around 100 pitches. He's at 99 right now. Gotta believe when he gets to 110, he's done. Maybe extended a few. I looked last year about this time. He went up to 113 pitches. His highest game last year, 116 pitches.
Popped him up mile high, straight up.
Who wants that?
Iglesias drifting. At one-handed catch, man.
Hang time on that.
One away. Have your party in an upcoming Tigers game. Party suites and party areas are on sale now. Groups of 15 or more receive discounted tickets. Visit tigers.com/groups. Or if you'd like, call 313-471-BULL. Here's Salvador Perez. Hammers this one to the gap in left center field. That's going to get down and go to the wall. Perez motoring towards second base, and he's going to stand up with a double. On base for the third time tonight.
I tell you what, this guy, first pitch swinging last at bat, did it again. This at bat, just finds a gap. Tigers having a hard time getting him out. Pretty good throw in here by Anthony Ghost. We can't get him.
Gene Lamont was on the phone with the bullpen, where Lowe is warming up. Here's Infante, who has scuffled tonight. He has fanned twice. The pop-up foul back out of play. Two of the 8 strikeouts for Zimmerman. Crowd once again starting to make some noise. Swing and a miss.
Well, that's a good quality pitch right there. Right on the down and away corner. This ball cut off. Little finish on it.
So Infante finds himself in an 0-2 hole.
Omar Infante loves high fastballs.
On the ground to the shortstop, sprawling play. Iglesias to his feet. Save. What a play by Iglesias. His throw is on target. We'll see if the Tigers want to take a look at this.
I think he is safe. It's going to be it.
Well, Zimmerman will come out of the game after giving up a double and an infield single. Dyson due up, and that's going to be it for Jordan Zimmerman.
Nice game. It looked like the throw beat him, but I don't think so. No, he's safe.
He is safe.
The ball kind of snuck out of the glove of Iglesias, and he had to regain control of it before he could throw it.
Wallside Windows pitching change. Here comes Mark Lowe. threw 105 pitches in this game. He'll need some help from the bullpen now. 2 on for the Royals, and it's going to be Mark Lowe coming out of the pen.
In his 7th game, 6 innings pitched, 5 strikeouts, a walk. Kansas City putting a little pressure on the Tigers right here, but could get a double play pretty hard to double up Dyson, though. See the Tigers defense. Out of those 105 pitches, by the way, 75 from George Zimmerman strikes.
Awfully good. First one is low. 1 ball and no strikes on Gerard Dyson. A couple of ground balls in this game. 1 to short, 1 to second.
I believe they've been jamming him all night. Jammed him last night, but he got a base hit to left field.
That's low. 2-0. Alcides Escobar waiting on deck. Dyson looks at a strike. 2-1 on the number 9 hitter.
First 2 pitches down and away. Gets to 2-0 and a bad count. Comes inside to Escobar. We've talked to Rich Doobie about the importance of throwing the ball inside. You got to have the guts to do it. That's the spot to be. You got to get it there.
Dyson, broken back ground ball to first. Miggy to second, 1 relay to first. Not in time and dropped by Lowe. That'll leave runners at first and third.
Yeah, I'm not sure you should have thrown that ball. Dyson's just too speedy. Oh.
Yeah, only bad things can happen.
Yeah, that ball was hot. Did you see it?
So Dyson is on. Fielder's choice, first and third for the Royals. He's going to break up Escobar. Hit a little comebacker to Zimmerman in his last at bat. He's 0 for 3.
So Dyson's going to want to go here. Going to have to pay attention to it. Hold the ball on him.
Ball 1.
Mr. Wilson looks like he's been loosening up. Probably getting Mustakas. If need be.
Escobar has seen Lowe just 3 times in his career, 0 for 3 against him. Bouncing ball left side, Iglesias. Long throw, nice play by Iggy. Terrific play by the Tigers shortstop to end the threat and end the inning. Iglesias with 2 fine defensive plays here in the 7th. Zimmerman likes it, so do the Tigers. Tigers baseball tonight presented by Bell Tire. in favor of the Tigers. Join us tomorrow, Game 5 of the Stanley Cup playoffs. All your coverage begins with Red Wings live at 6 p.m. You'll see it on Fox Sports Detroit. Game 5 of the Stanley Cup playoffs. Red Wings Lightning at 6 p.m. tomorrow night on Fox Sports Detroit.
Must win.
Must win indeed. Series going. And here come the Tigers now as we go to the 8th inning. It'll be Cabrera, Martinez facing Soria. Swing and a miss, 0-1.
Soria in the game last night didn't throw the ball very good. So throwing in the down game tonight. Of course, he's been all over. See the numbers on this year. 9th game. He does have an arm that keeps on giving, doesn't he?
The bat flew out of the hands of Miguel Cabrera. Well, Soria last night went strikeout and then single walk to load the bases before Kelvin Herrera had to come in. But you're right, Mr. Soria has been around a while and has piled up some numbers. Here is the matchup.
Be careful, buddy.
Pretty good for Miggy.
3 for 8. Does have a home run. Tigers need to tack on.
They got a run in the 3rd, a run in the 6th, but that was it. Floats one up there at 69 miles an hour.
Yeah, just looking in this series so far, we've had the bases loaded 4 times. I believe we've only manufactured 3 runs out of that. But you got to give the Royals some of the credit. They're a pretty good pitching staff. They know what they're doing, and they are the world champions.
Miggy struck out twice last night with the bases full. He fights that one off to stay alive. Victor will be next, and then J.D. Martinez. Another foul back out of play. Soria followed Hochevar, who followed the starter Ian Kennedy. Royals bullpen trying to keep this a 2-0 game. Line drive off the glove of Infante. He's still going to have time, though, to throw him out. Bad luck there for Miggy.
Yep, Momar went up and got it. Hit the ball firmly on the line, just not out of reach. Infante times it perfectly. Looks like he had some top spin on it. On to first base, and Miggy is out.
You gotta stop. You shouldn't have stopped. But thank you.
That'll bring up Victor Martinez. Single in 3 at bats for Victor, but his single was a big one, a 2-out knock to drive in a run in the 6th. Giving the Tigers their 2nd run, and he'll look at ball 1 outside.
So do you log that as 4-3?
I do, but I put an L next to it to signify a line drive.
Line, they dropped it 4-3.
Correct.
Getting there.
That'll drop low for a ball. 2-0 the count.
Tigers only have 2 runs. Victor has 1 of the RBI. Ground ball to the 2nd. Got jammed to left field, and then the single for his 1,000th RBI. His last at bat.
Two balls, 1 strike. Soria last year for the Tigers, 23 saves, 2.85 ERA. Ripped right at Mr. Hosmer, rather, for the Owls. Those are 2 scalded baseballs in this inning with nothing to show for it.
They're not working for the Tigers right here. Good at bats, good swings, properly hit on the line, right to Infante, and now this time Hosmer.
The ball was hit so hard, Victor did not even get out of the box.
So that's L3.
L3, correct. You're not, now you're just messing with me.
No, I'm not. I'm just trying to see, get late in the game and just want to see how it dirties my score sheet up.
Here's
I'm open
JD.
to learning the right way.
Something tells me you've kept score before. You've had your own way of keeping score, but still. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Guess I took a different class up there at MSU.
Yeah, well, you're a lot older than I am, so
They changed. That's
the curriculum is much different.
it's like the CPR technique has changed since I went to Michigan State.
1 ball, 1 strike. May need some before the night is over. Strike called on JD.
JD can't hold up. Generally, they say if you break the plane in front of the plate. I think they got that one right.
It was pretty close, but I agree. 2-2.
You know, all the replays that we show, it seems so obvious, but of course the umpires, they're out there in real time.
Here's the 2-2. We'll get back out of play. And JD checking the bat to make sure it's okay. Castellanos on deck. Soria traded to the Pirates at the deadline last year when the Tigers also traded away Price and Cespedes. Oh, he hit him. So Martinez will take his base.
That's 2 tonight.
The other hit batter was Kinsler, and he came around to score.
Just coming in again, you see the Royals like to set up in there a lot when they're up in the count. And as a manager or pitching coach, you're going to tell them, make sure you get it in there. And they did.
Here's Castellanos. Nick had a single to lead off the 7th inning. Tigers had a good chance to tack on in that 7th. Single walk, but the ghost bunt resulted in a forced third instead of moving the runners up. 1-0 on Castellanos. Soria's big league career began here in KC in '07 as a Rule 5 selection. That's fouled back out of play. Twice in his career with the Royals, better than 40 saves.
Experience is big when you're looking at back into the bullpen pieces, and Soria certainly has a lot of that.
Swing and a miss. We got that one up to 93.
And it's located perfectly. A little bit up, a little bit in.
202 saves in his career.
So he's been through many situations much worse than this.
Now the 1-2. High towering fly ball right center. Kane and Dyson. Kane calling for the out. No runs, hit batter, 1 left. To the bottom of the 8th we go.
Justin Wilson, the new Tigers pitcher, this is his 7th game, has 5 holds in those games, 8 strikeouts, only 1 walk in the last 2. Wednesday in Pittsburgh, threw an inning, got through it on 12 pitches. Been going right at the hitters. He's got power stuff. And then Saturday in Houston, another inning, 8 quick pitches, got the double play there in the check swing, strikeout. So we're looking for that type of performance, and we've got a new third baseman in Andrew Romine.
So Wilson begins things here in the bottom of the 8th inning, facing Mike Moustakas. Mark Lowe got the final 2 outs of the 7th. Moustakas single in 3 at bats. Popped up, heading back toward the seats on a play. 1 ball, 1 strike on Moustakas. Kane and then Hosmer, 2, 3, and 4 for the Royals here in the 8th. 2 runs, 6 hits for Detroit, and no runs, 7 hits for Kansas City. Here's the 1-1.
They're going to try and keep it inside. Moustakas very good at hitting the ball out over the plate. Lefty or righty. Moustakas also a much better hitter off of right-handed pitchers, getting the left-handed pitching Wilson here.
Just got a piece to stay alive. Right off the end of the bat, 2-2. The count stays on Moustakas. Back in the 2007 draft, Moustakas was taken 2nd overall that year by the Royals. David Price went 1st overall. Turned out to be a pretty good draft. And Madison Bumgarner was selected that year. Matt Wieters as well. And it's rifled into right, base hit. 2nd hit tonight for Moustakas, leadoff man on.
Stayed back on the curveball.
Follow Tigers baseball live with the MLB.com at Bat app. Stay up to the moment at any moment with Game Day, live game video highlights, StatCast news, and more. Download MLB.com at Bat, the #1 app for live baseball for your phone or tablets. So the Royals now have 8 hits, and here is Lorenzo Cain, who is 1 for 3. Fouled away 0-1. Mid-90s fastball from Wilson.
Yeah, he powers the ball, very sneaky fastball. And the breaking ball to Moustakas, not much bite to it. Notice the previous breaking ball didn't have much bite either, so he's going to have to get on top and get out front on that. That'll get the better finish.
Swing and a miss. 0-2 now on Cain.
Pretty nasty pitch right here. Right where Salty wanted it. See a lot of pitches there down underneath the hands, breaking out of the strike zone.
Here's the 0-2. Chopper toward the shortstop. Iglesias, Kinsler, there's one, and a double play. Tigers turned that quickly, and they needed to. 2 gone.
Pretty hard to double this guy up, but real quick, loose. Iglesias and Kinsler, they just hook up. They know each other very well. They do get Mr. Cain on the double play.
Wilson has to be thinking, man, I'm digging these 2 guys behind me up the middle. That was a nifty double play. Here's Hosmer.
Quick hands.
Yeah, that was on display there for both those guys.
Justin, pretty good, over 60% ground balls for a power pitcher. That's good. Means he keeps it down when he needs it. Not many fly balls so far this year.
As for a single and a steal, he's hit safely in 10 straight. Wilson trying to nail down the 8th. On the outer edge, a strike called. 1-2.
Good bite there. Good bite and good location. Much better. Made the adjustment here off the one of Moustakas. Didn't break this well. That dissected the plate and broke off.
See ya. Hosmer down on strikes. That'll end the inning.
Did you say see ya?
I did.
All right.
Double play helped out. Here's the see ya later. Still 2-0 Detroit.
Top 9, Tigers lead 2-0. And here's the Magic Moonshot presented by Magic Window. Last night in the 7th inning, Jared Saltalamacchia went deep, 3-run home run, brought it to 8-5. However, the Tigers were unable to make up the other 3 runs, but that's our moment. And then got a new pitcher.
Chien-Ming Wang is on now. He had been out of baseball for a couple of years when he appeared with the Royals earlier this year. His first appearance since 2013 with Toronto.
This guy's been around a long time.
Big ground ball pitcher, wasn't he? The Yankees won 19 games a couple of years with them. 2006,
he was second Cy Young voting to Johan Santana. 1906 that year. 5 years with the Yankees, couple with Washington, Blue Jays. Off for a couple years and now back with Kansas City.
Royals trying to strike gold with Chien-Ming Wang. Dave Moore's had a couple of other projects. Chris Young, who has pitched well at times for the Royals. Chris Medlin, Ryan Madson. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Drilled toward left center field. That ball is going to get down all the way to the wall, and Saltalamacchia continues to swing a hot bat. That'll be a 2-base hit here in the 9th. On base 3 times tonight.
Good job. Just kind of stays on it. Doesn't try and pull it. You see the ball tailing down and away. Salty just stays on it. Good length to his swing, meaning he doesn't cut it off or pull off the ball. Third time on base. A couple of walks to go with the double.
Here's Gose. Tried to bunt the runner up his last time and ended up hitting into a force. No sign of bunt here as he looks at ball one.
Royals have the same defense as they did last time he was up. Mustak's in on the grass, right by the grass and dirt. Hosmer, however, a little deeper. First baseman.
Chopper to the first baseman, Hosmer. That will not advance the runner as Salty holds at second. One gone.
Got to get Anthony Gose, got to get his swagger back a little bit. See, you get disappointed when you don't do your job. Put all that hard work in, it doesn't play out the way you want it, but it's a tough game. You got to keep positive, got to think of something good, go out and make a good play and help secure this win.
Now Iglesias.
Always makes you feel better if your teammates pick you up. Francisco Rodriguez ready to come in and close it down in the ninth. Maybe we should get like 5 more, huh?
I'd be up for that. Here's the 1-0. Chien-Ming Wang back in 06 finished second in the Cy Young voting. He was 19-6 that year. Johan Santana won the award. Here's the 1-1. Rolled foul, 1-2. Two singles tonight for Iglesias and a couple of sparkling defensive plays as well.
This should be a big one. Pick up that extra run.
Just off the plate.
It's one of those pitches you kind of tune in your right ear if you're Iglesias. Hope he doesn't say it. Ball is off the plate, but occasionally they call. You see Salvador Perez trying to frame it on the corner.
This is baseball.
Ground ball to second. And Infante throws him out and move the runner to third base with 2 gone. A couple of ground ball outs for Chien-Ming Wang. We'll bring up Ian Kinsler. We'll see if he can get it going here with 2 outs, drive in another run. He drove one in back in the third with 2 outs. 2-base hit, knocked home Salty Lamacchia. Strike 1.
That's a borderline pitch, but you don't want to offer it if you're the hitter. Not going to do anything with that. Nasty.
Perez, good pickup. 1 ball, 1 strike.
This is, you got to get down. You got to get your frame down, cover up that 5-hole. That ball stayed down. I don't know if Salvador would have been able to get it. Got a lucky bounce.
Bouncer back up the middle. Escobar can't get it into center field.
That's big.
Huge run for the Tigers. A 2-out knock for Kinsler, his 2nd RBI of the night.
Good job by Salty getting on, getting the double. Ian Kinsler picks up his teammate, a little single up the middle. Escobar cannot get to it. Salty across to make it 3-0.
Kinsler now with 12 RBIs on the year, with 2 this evening. That'll bring up Justin Upton. Upton is 0 for 4. Strike called on Upton.
J-Up's timing is just off. I think it mainly comes from the lower half. A lot of times you get up there, you're thinking about your hands and your swing path, but I think if you do it properly and your timing is good, that the rest works.
Tigers, by the way, tonight 4 for 11 with runners in scoring position. Kinsler with 2 RBIs, and the other belongs to Victor Martinez. Soft little looper back a second, that'll drop, base hit. Kinsler motoring toward third, and he is in standing up, and a single for Justin Upton.
Boy, J-Up. Royals couldn't bring this one in. You see in the end, pretty good timing right there. Is what they work on all spring. Good tight turn, pumping the arms. This ball gets in on J-Up just a little bit, but he's so strong. Over Infante's head for a single.
Now Cabrera a chance to bust it open. Fouled away 0-1. Cabrera hit a line drive that was knocked down by Infante in his last at bat. He has a single in 4 trips. Here's the 0-1. Bouncing ball to second, should get him out of the inning. And that is that for the Tigers, but a big run comes in on the RBI single by Kinsler. Go to the bottom of the ninth.
Stadium, where the Tigers added a little insurance run there. They now lead it 3-0 here, heading into the bottom of the 9th inning. Coming up on a post-game edition of Tigers Live, we're going to talk to the pitcher, Jordan Zimmermann. Another clean sheet for him tonight. He's in line here to move to 3-0. Now 19 1/3 scoreless innings since he started donning the Tigers uniform. Also talked to Brad Ausmus and hope to catch up with the 1,000 RBI man, Victor Martinez. Tigers Live coming up after the game, guys.
All right, Johnny, thanks. In the meantime, here is Francisco Rodriguez and where he stands in Major League history in career saves. 389 coming into tonight.
One away from Eck.
There's a strike called on Kendrys Morales, who leads off the bottom of the ninth. It'll be Morales, Gordon, and Perez facing Rodriguez. Low and away, 2-1.
Frankie's 7th game. Had a tough one early in Miami. Since then, throwing the ball well.
Yeah, he's allowed just one hit in his last 5 outings, which has covered 4 1/3 innings. Here's the 2-1. 2-2 on Kendrys Morales.
Changeup's his best pitch. He throws different variations off of that pitch, though. He doesn't throw it the same. Seldom does he throw it the same. You see it do different things. One time he cuts it, the other time he turns it over. Other times it just goes straight down. Should be a fastball in.
Grounded back up the middle and a diving stop. Kinsler to his feet. Oh, what a play. That was Iglesias, who was playing around to the other side of the bag. Man, he's putting on a show tonight.
Great effort right now. I mean, look at these guys. Laying out, getting dirty. Good scoop by Miggy over there.
It's his 3rd really good play tonight. So they had the shift on, but still Iglesias had to go back behind the bag at second. What a big out that is. Instead of the leadoff man on, here is Alex Gordon. Ball low and away, 1-0.
K-Rod, you think he gets ahead in the count, that he's going to come with the changeup. Instead, he goes inside with the fastball, backed up by the good play. Gets the out.
Driven deep in the air to right field. Way back to the track, to the wall, and gone. Homer number 1 in the season for Alex Gordon. And the Royals are on the board.
That play's even bigger on Morales. It's just a cookie 1-0 count right down the middle, 88 miles an hour. K-Rod knows it.
First run of the ball game for the Royals. It comes here in the 9th, 3-1 ball game. Now Salvador Perez. That bonus run the Tigers got on the top of this inning looming large as well.
Oh, it is.
396 feet on the home run for Alex Gordon. Here's the 1-0. High fly ball left field. Up and back to the track, to the wall. It's gone. Three to 2. Third of the year for Salvador Perez.
He continues to dominate the Tigers. This ball again has middle of the plate. There you see the change grip. Doesn't do a lot though. And the Royals have come back to make it 3-2.
The Royals had not been able to do anything offensively tonight until back-to-back homers by Gordon and Perez. Here's Infante. All of a sudden, the crowd into it.
Well, I thought they went home. They were very quiet.
Almost 29,000 in attendance here tonight, and they're all on their feet now. Here's the 0-1. Just missed. 1 ball and 1 strike on Infante.
Where was that? Omar 0 for 11 with 3 strikeouts career against Frankie. Looking like a little pressure, huh?
Here's the 1-1. 2 balls and 1 strike. Well, the Royals usually pressure you by using their legs, but they've gone deep a couple of times, and now Wade Davis, their closer, is starting to heat up.
Yep, you think that 3-0 lead, you're going to come out and get some quick outs, but home run, long home run by Gordon, and then Perez follows it. And a 2-1 up count for Infante.
Ground ball left side, scooped there by Romine. On for defensive purposes, makes a nifty play, and there are 2 gone.
Came in an inning ago. Gets the good short hop. You want to get that glove as close to the ball on the hop that you can. That will take out of any consideration that ball taking a bad hop on you.
Here's Gerard Dyson. Ball 1. Want to keep this guy off the bases because a walk or a single could become a double.
Yeah, he's going to steal if he gets on.
He is 0 for 3. One ball, 1 strike.
Tigers have been jamming Dyson all night, even with the breaking ball.
Some nervous moments for Brad Ausmus here in the 9th on the back-to-back home runs. Two and 1. Rodriguez got Morales the ground out to start the inning, then back-to-back homers, and then the Infante ground out. And Frankie trying to shut it down now and get Dyson and go home.
Sit back and relax. Unless you're on the field.
Nub foul at home plate, now 2 and 2.
Find yourself getting nervous in situations like this?
I do.
Think there's people viewing the game that do?
I think the guy in the mound is feeling that a little bit right now. I think some guys in the dugout are feeling that.
After all that experience, you think he's feeling it?
Oh, absolutely.
It's a good feeling.
I think he's human.
Isn't that a good feeling?
It is. I'd rather have a 3-0 win and go home.
I knew you'd be honest.
You take your 2 home runs.
Well, I like this action.
Here's the 2-2. Oh, 3-2 on Gerard Dyson.
Ball's inside, but from the sides it looks like it's closer. He's going to go with his changeup here.
So the tying run is on as Gerard Dyson works a walk. Moving Saltalamacchia onto the mound. Escobar is going to be the hitter. Rich Doobie coming out as well.
Let's just catch our breath here a little bit, all right?
Sure.
Dyson's obviously a speedster guy. You're going to have to change your sequences and make sure you keep him close. You know he's going to run. He's very fast. But at the same time, you don't want to rush too much where you cannot execute your pitches.
That's kind of a tightrope to walk there.
Well, it is, but you know, what would you rather? Would you rather see him do here? Rush and make sure he doesn't steal,
No.
or make sure he makes the right pitch?
Make that right pitch.
I'd like to see him do both.
Here is Escobar. He is 0 for 4. Runner goes. Strike call. Throw to second. He gets back. Dyson overslid the bag, but was able to get back. Kinsler stayed with the tag, and Brad says, let us check it.
I think Ian was too far off the bag. They're taught to keep the tag on the foot if you can, because he went over it. You see he had to come get the ball. Looks like his hand is on there. He's quick. Picked a good pitch. It was off speed.
So now the tying run is a base hit away from scoring. Oh, and 1 on Alcides Escobar. Ball low, 1-1.
Escobar likes to hit the ball up the middle of the field. Strike 4 for 12 with runners in scoring position tonight. Kansas City only 1 hit.
Kinsler off the middle, close to the bag at second. They give up the right side of the infield. Low. 2 balls, 1 strike.
That's a down count for him. When you're the manager, you've got to remain positive. At the same time, you got to start thinking about what if. Nobody warming yet in the Tigers bullpen. Last thing you want to do is get somebody warming up for your closer.
Whoa, 3-1. Mike Moustakas waiting on deck. 2 homers, a walk, and a steal, and the Royals have the tying run at second. Now Escobar sitting pretty here at 3-1. And he walked him.
And that plate's tightened up too. Frankie's not being as consistent with throwing strikes. Some of those seem like they might have caught one of the corners of the plate, not getting the calls.
Well, here's Mike Moustakas. Now the Royals are a gap shot away from winning this game.
Yeah, I think maybe the outfielders, you want to back them up here. Mickey's back at first base. Infield, you want to dive for a ball and make sure you knock it down if you can. There's a big gaps there. You want to make sure you get to that ball and not let Escobar score from first base.
A couple of hits tonight for Moustakas, both of them singles, 2 out of 4. Frankie about to throw his 25th pitch of this inning.
Now, if the Royals decide to steal right here, you just walk Moustakas.
Ball low is Saltalamacchia goes down to smother it.
Good block, got to get down. Again, you ask yourself, do you like Moustakas or Kane versus K-Rod? guy who gives in much.
Here's the 1-0. Strike in the outside corner.
There he got the call.
Well, he desperately needed it. Yeah, that was outside. So says Fox Tracks. 3-2. Tigers trying to hold on to this lead. Now the 1-1. Inside. 2 balls and 1 strike on Moustakas.
You can see down in second base, Dyson jumping around a lot down there trying to distract Rodriguez. I wouldn't worry about him. I'd try and get that runner or get that hitter.
The 2-1. He had a rip. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
That's a good changeup there. One of the better ones he's thrown. Do it a little harder. Down low in the zone. That'll work right there.
Rodriguez approaching 30 pitches in this inning. This one will be number 29. Swing and a miss to strike him out. And Frankie gets it done.
Never a doubt.
2 home runs in the inning, a couple of walks, but in the end the Tigers will hold on to win this game by a score of 3-2 and even up the series, and 1 win apiece, with the finale happening tomorrow. And the ever calm Brad Ausmus will celebrate a victory tonight.
Good handshake line tonight, boys. A lot of pressure and tension in this inning, but the Tigers and Francisco Rodriguez get the strikeout. And K-Rod with a pretty good reaction. Look at Salty. He's getting on himself. He wanted to do it earlier, but hey, I'll take it.
You'll take it as right.
Absolutely.
So Francisco Rodriguez is able to get the final out to record the save.
Just like we promised earlier in the game, it's Miller time, brought to you by Miller Lite. Victor Martinez comes in at 999 RBI. And there's number 1,000. Stays on an off-speed pitch, down and away. Plates Ian Kinsler. I'll take that ball.
Put it on the mantle.
There we go. Chuck it in the stands. Kitty.
Tigers are winning tonight. 3-2. They hold on to beat the Royals. We'll be back.